Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Oise, and if this is your first time seeing my face, please don't make it your last. I make sewing videos, valuable sewing videos that you can learn how to make your own outfit by yourself. So in today's video, I'm showing you how I made this beautiful corset top. It's a basque corset top. Like, it has a very nice detailing on the lower part, and also it has a lot of style lines, and it's a 3-cup corset. As well as a strap that you can style to whichever way you want. You can make it this way and down, whichever way you want. And also the back is laced, like well laced. So if this is something you'd love to learn, and it's also very easy to make, if it's something you'd love to learn, kindly watch to the end. I'll also share with your friends that would love to make this. Don't share with them, collect money so you can make it for them. Alright guys, I'll see you on my cutting table. So guys, we'll be needing our tape measure, fabric scissors and paper scissors. We'll be needing a cotton stay, our fabric. I'm using this nice cotton Ankara, and also taffeta stay and cups, your marker, pencil, chalk, measurements we are working with is our bust, underbust, shoulder, waistline, the bust waist length and back waist length, and your hips, which is not very necessary though. So guys, I'm going to pull out the other one and measure from top of my pattern master. In front of my pattern paper, measure 1 inch downward just to mark my starting point. So I'm going to rule that line. And now take all my lengths. So I'm going to start by taking my shoulder to bust length, then my shoulder to under bust length. I have a detailed video on how to take down measurements, so watch the video, and also a video on how to draft a basic body block, and also my shoulder to waistline, my front waistline. I'm going to do the same thing in the middle: shoulder to bust, shoulder to under bust, and shoulder to waistline, and do the same thing on this point also, so we can get a very straight line. Shoulder to bust, shoulder to under bust, and shoulder to front waistline, because this is the front we are working with. So rule that line and rule this other line, which is my under bust line, and also lastly my waistline. So guys, I added like a 3 inches extension below my waistline just to make the basque part of the pattern. So I'm just take my armhole line here. So to get your armhole line, divide your bust measurement by 6, then add 1.5 inches rather. So that was how I got this armhole line. I have a detailed video on how to draft a basic bodice block, so I'm going to link that in the description box. So now I'm going to take in my shoulder line divided by 2, or my shoulder measurement divided by 2. So mine is 14 divided by 2 gave me 7. So I'm going to take the same thing on this point, so my armhole line, and rule that line across to make a straight line. So guys, next thing I'm going to do now is to take my neck measurements from my front. So the neck measurement I'm working with is 2.4 inches. So I'm just going to mark that round, just form a curve. So how I got this was that I divided my bust measurement by 12. That was what gave me this measurement. Again, I have a detailed video on how to draft the basic bodice block. So I'm just taking my shoulder slant, which is, I went down on that line by 1.25, and I'll just rule that across. So next I'm going to do now is to divide what I have there by 2, then mark the midpoint. After marking the midpoint, I'm going to go in by 0.75 and just connect. So now guys, the next thing I'm going to do now is to take in my bust measurement. My bust, the circumference, I'll divide it by 4 and just mark that and connect. The next thing I'm going to do now is to just write my armhole line, my bust line, my under bust line, and my waistline. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to actually go to my waistline and measure my waist measurement. So my waist circumference is 24. 24 divided by 4 gave me 6 inches. So I'll mark my 6 inches. I'll mark 1.5 inch for that intake. I just connected that back into my bust line. So I'm taking my bust span. My bust span I divided it by 2. My bust span is 6. 6 divided by 2 gave me 3 inches. So I'm just marking 3 inches from my bust line down to my hip line. So just connect that to form a straight line. So next thing I'm doing is taking my dart intake. So to get my dart intake, I'll be dividing 1.5 by 2, which is 0.75, and I'll just go down on my bust line by 1 inch and just connect. So now we have our dart legs. So next thing I'm doing now is to measure my underbust to see if I have excess, so I can do a underbust contour. So I'm going to measure it at this point. My underbust is 28 divided by 4 is going to give me 27 inches. So when I measure that from the beginning, and I just drag my tape, removing the dart leg, and I still have excess. I have 0.75 excess, so I'm going to share it. So I'm going to put 0.25 on this point and 0.5 on this point. So I'm going to use, I'm just telling you what my underbust measurements was. So I'm going to do that again, measure it on this point, then drag my tape through to this point and measure. And I saw that I had excess, so I'm just going to like connect that using the cuff part of my pattern master. I'm going to like connect that to the 0.5 inch I marked away from the dart leg, and the 0.25 inch I marked away from the dart leg. Then I'm going to do next, just connect that back into my dart on my waist. So I'm going to connect that. The next thing I'm going to do now is to measure what I have there. I have an extension of 3.5. So it's like I'm taking my dart intake again just to make a straight line. I'll just connect that back and connect that leg down. So I just went in like that, and just connect that again back into my pattern paper, or the lower part of my pattern paper. So now on this point, I'm going to measure my hip measurement and my waist measurement, what I had there, and I'm going to add 1 inch. So I had 7.5 inches there, and I'm going to like measure 8.5 inches at this point and just connect. So I measured what I had there and added 1 inch back, and that was what I did. I'm just going, because that's not our actual waist. The backs didn't get to the waist. So the next thing I'm going to be doing now is to go down on my bust line by 1.5. That is the difference between my back waist length and back and front waist length. So I'm just going to like connect that using a slant line, so we can have like a bust dart. So the next thing I'll do now is to just trim in between my measure half of my shoulder measurement divided by 2, just to give me just to make a shoulder dart line. So I'm just going to like mark that and connect that back into my dart that I made already. So we have 3 darts to work with. So I'm just going to like cut in between my dart, so it can be flexible enough for me to like contour my bust dart. So I'm going to fold in my bust dart this way, as you can see me. To just watch closely. Don't like fold that in. I'm just going to fold that in and use my masking tape to like tape it down. Just like tape that down. So this is what we have. This should be easy for you to like, I'm just going to tape it, just like connect, just like mark very well. So this is what you have. This should be easy for you to like, I just like I'm just going to like mark the line again, because we already have shortage of pattern. So I'm just like mark that back so it can fit well on the body. So this is what we have. It is looking very fine, but we are not done. The next thing I'm going to do is to come down from my neckline by 6 inch. Measure yours to know how deep you want to show your cleavage. So I'm going to go in on that point by 0.5 inch and on this point by 0.5 inch, and I'll just connect that line together and also connect this line together. So I'm going to use the cuff part. Make sure it is very comfortable for you. I just going to use the cuff part of my pattern master to just form a cup. As you can see, just see the way I positioned my pattern master just to make a cup. And also at this point, I'm going to divide what I have here by 2. So I have 1 inch. I'm going to divide it by 2. So that's going to give me half an inch. I'm just going to like connect that together using the cuff part of my pattern master. Look at the way I position my pattern master. Make sure I position it in that way. And I'm just going to like connect. Just like connect. Make sure I position it very well and connect. So this is what I have. It is looking nice. So I'm going to go up on this point by 1 inch and go out by 0.75, and on this point by 0.75. This is going to make it tight. This is like a bust tightening. So I'm just going to like connect that back into my dart. This is going to make it tight on the bust, so it won't be like opening or so it can be firm. So let's like connect that as a dart also. So next thing I'm going to do now is to just use my pencil to just freehand like a cup style that I want, and if I like it, I'm going to go in with my marker. Since I use a freehand, as you can see, just follow the way I'm doing it. So I'm going to like fold in my dart, fold in your dart this way, then freehand again if you have to, because there's going to be like a shortage of fabric there. So fold in your dart first and you can see there's a shortage of fabric already. The next thing I'm going to do is just use my marker to like follow what I did with my pencil because I like it already, and that is what we have. Then I'll do is to actually make my 3 cups. So I'm going to go down by 1.25 inch, mark that, and going by 1.5 inch, 1.5 or 1 inch, whichever way you want it to style your cup. And I'm going to go in on this part by 1.75 inch. So I'm going to like connect that back into my dart, as you can see, and connect this one also into my dart. So I'll mark that into my dart. So we have our 3 cups already. So guys, next I'm going to do now is to like cut my dart. So just watch, I'm just cutting my dart, and I'll cut the other side also. So make sure you are very careful while cutting. And I'm going to cut my dart up also, like this upper part of my dart and this point also, so we can like join the 3 cups together. Leave the lower one and just join. So like cut out this part. I'm just cutting basically, like just watch close, it's just me cutting. It's like cut at that point. And my top box. So guys, in my description box and also in the comment section, I left a video on how to draft a basic body block. Very easy. Just like cut out that point and cut out that point. So we have our cups separated now. So what I'll be doing now is to actually use my masking tape to join the top together, so I can have it as one piece. On the piece, so I can cut it on one fabric. On the fabric, so I won't have to like join together. So this is what I have, and I have those cups. So make sure you label your cup, which I'll be doing shortly. Then like trim this side also. I mean cut this point also. And we are done with the front. So the next thing I'm doing now is to join my darts together, so I can like make the style line for this. But before then, I'm going to use this front to cut the back. It's like join my darts together in the middle. So I'm going to like mark 1 inch at this point and connect that back into my waistline. So I'm going to connect that 1 inch back into my waistline. So this is like the style line I'm working with. So I'm just going to like cut out that 1 inch that I measured there. Just like make that cut out. So it's going to give you that basque shape, a really cool one. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to actually label my cup. So I'm going to label this as 1, 2, and 3. So the number 2 is the one that is going to go into your chest. So you watch that when we are sewing. So I place my pattern, my front pattern, on another pattern paper, and I just marked my sides. I'm just placing weight on it. So I'm going to like use my pattern master to just mark the side, and mark at this point also, and this point also. So I have some lines that will connect together. So it's like connect that back using the straight line, and using the curve part of my pattern master to just connect that line back. So we have our back pattern now, easy and simple. So I'm going to measure that. I'm going to measure what I have here to just be sure if it is the same thing, so it is accurate. So I'm going to go in by 1.5 inch on this point and go up on the upper 1.5 inch, and on this upper part I'm going to go in by 2 inches, and I'm going to make a slant line. So that's going to be our, I'm going to cut out that part so we can add our loop to it. So next I'm going to do now is to actually like make my dart. So my dart, I'm going to divide that point by 2. Divide that point by 2 and just mark the midpoint, and this point divided by 2 also. See that I started the table from the middle from the beginning. So I'm going to like start from the beginning again and just connect that line. So we have our back dart now. So next I'm going to, I'm just saying that as my dart. So I'm making some loop, I'm drawing a loop there to just show that you'll be adding your loop on that point. So this is 1 and that is 2. So I'm just going to like cut that. It's very easy, guys. Very, very, very easy. So this is what I have. So that part that I cut my loop, I won't be needing that. I'm just going to, that was just like a demonstration. I'm just going to like cut that out and trim in between. I want the same at that point, so I'm just going to like trim in between that And here we have, I'm just going to like mark that as my up and down, and tell you that okay, make 2 lines. They tell you that I have a dot there and another one there. Those are notches, so it can denote that okay, this is what I'll be doing at this point, and that is what I'll be doing at that point. So I just marked my one very well, so that no matter how I turn it, I will know that that's 1. So I marked that as 1 and 2 also, and like that. But I still want to like make some freestyle on this pattern, so watch me do that. If you don't need this, you can skip this point too. So guys, I'm just going to like mark that point. I want a line there and I want a line there, so I'm going to start off by marking my first line. So guys, I went in by 0.5 inch. I didn't really like it, so I had to like switch it up, but just watch. If you like it, you can just carry on. It's not bad, but I just wanted to switch it up. So I didn't really like it, so I just marked it from my from the beginning of that and just marked that. So that's what I have from my dots, and I just marked. So I just from that 0.5 inch and I marked that also. So we have 1, 2 and 3. So I just marked another line there again. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, and lastly 4. I didn't mark that, sorry guys, but 4. So let's like trim now. Let's just going to like trim that down. So then I'm just going to like stop talking so you guys can watch. So this is what we have. We already have our pattern separated, and now next I'm doing is to just add seam allowance run on another pattern paper. I did this on purpose, so I'm just bringing all my patterns to show you. So when I like use my masking tape to tape down all my pattern on this big pattern paper, I have my back 1, 2, 3 and 4. I'm just telling you, and I have my cups. So I'm going to be adding a seam allowance of 0.5 inch around all my dots. So this is where I'll be adding my loop. I added my seam allowance on top, 0.5 inches on top, and also on this side 0.5 inch, 0.5 inch, 0.5 inch, 0.5 inch, and also on this part that we're going to like turn with my lining 0.5 inch. So I'm just going to like connect that together. If you've watched to this point and you've not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Thank you so much guys. I really do appreciate all the support you guys have shown me, and I appreciate future support. So thanks in anticipation for subscribing to my YouTube channel. So guys, I'm going to like connect that. On this my side seam, I'll be adding 1 inch seam allowance or 0.75 seam allowance. So this is my side that I'll be adding to my side front. So I'm adding more seam allowance on this point. So I'm adding seam allowance of 0.75 or 1 inch, whichever one you like to use. I'm going to like connect that using the curve part of my pattern master like we did when we were drafting the pattern. And I'm going to add seam allowance of 0.5 on the part I'll be joining the dots together so it can be balanced. And on the upper part, so I'm going to add 0.5 inch seam allowance. I connect that together, and on this lower part, so I'm going to do the same 0.5 inch seam allowance and connect. I'm using my pen because I don't want to use my marker. It's going to add more I'm going to add bulk to my pattern. So that's why I'm using a thinner mouth. That's all a thinner need, what we call it. So I'm cutting my front on the fold, so I don't need to add seam allowance on. I'm going to be cutting my first number 1 on the fold, so I don't need to add seam allowance on the first side. So I'm just going to add seam allowance on where I'll be joining together, and on the bottom part, which I'll be using my lining to turn, and on the cup part. I'm just going to add seam allowance on this point. So I'm just like removing my masking tape to be sure. So I'm adding seam allowance of 0.5 inch on this point also, and on this point also I've added my plus of 0.5 inch. I'm just going to like connect, and also just use my hand to like connect that together. So that is what I have. So on the number 2 pattern for my front, I'm adding seam allowance on all sides. Seam allowance 0.5 inch on all sides, on everything. So you guys just watch closely. So I'll just connect that together, and this other point I'm going to connect that together, and this point I'm going to connect that together, and my number 3 pattern. So guys, if you can't go through this dress, please, you don't have to cut. You have to cut. Just like that, but I'm extra. So yeah, this is going to give you like a more elevated look for your corset. So try it out if you have the time and patience to. So that is what I have. I'm just connecting all my darts together and just using my free hand to connect where need be. Once at that point, connect. If you have any question, please don't hesitate to like drop it in the comment section. I'll reply. So then I'm adding my seam allowance on that point also. This is my 4th one, which is my side. So I'm just adding my seam allowance to around the cup, on the upper part of the cup, and also seam allowance on the side. I'll be joining with the back. Seam allowance of 0.75 inch. You can use 1 inch if you like, but that is what I like, so I'm using 0.75. So just like connect that with the cup side of my pattern master. Connect this part also. Connect that together also, and use my free hand. Okay, make sure you connect that too. Use my free hand to connect that and mark that and connect. So guys, I'm done adding seam allowance around my pattern for my front except the cup. So I've added seam allowance to everything, so I'll be cutting now. So I'm going to stop talking so you can watch me cut. So guys, for my center front, which will be cut on the fold, I'll show you how I'm going to cut it. Remember, we didn't have seam allowance on the center front, so I'm just going to cut that out and just trim that without any seam allowance. As you can see, there's no seam allowance there because I'm going to be cutting that on the fold. So I just want to like chip that in so we don't get confused. So I'm going to stop talking again so we can watch. But guys, if you've watched to this point, that means you've gotten value. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let's grow this channel together. Like, don't you want to be my OG when I'm at 100k, when I'm at 1 million subscribers? Like, guys, subscribe so I can respectfully say, oh, my day one people, thank you. So please subscribe, and I'll drop more meaningful content. And if you have anything confusing about this video, please don't hesitate to like come to my comment section and tell me that, okay, Glory or Oise, I had this problem, please. Can you please explain this? And I'm going to explain that most definitely. So just like put that aside and add seam allowance around my cup. So we'll start by adding from number 1 then to the last one. I'm going to add seam allowance round of 0.5 inch round. Nothing serious, just me adding seam allowance of 0.5 inch round. So just watch guys, enjoy this video. My pattern master to like connect. So guys, just watch and do as I do, and it's simple, honestly. Blending that point together so I can get like a really nice transitioning when I'm sewing. So I'm going to add seam allowance around this point too. That is my dart. This is where I'll be joining together, so I add my seam allowance there. Seam allowance of 0.5 inch. So this is like use my pattern master again to connect. So that is the part I'll be going into my center front. That's why I'm connecting it using that part of my pattern master, so I don't lose the shape that we got when we were drafting the pattern. I'm just like connect that together also, like add my seam allowance of 0.5 inch round again, and we'll see what next to do. I'm going to use the other point too, so we don't lose the shape. Remember the way we like did it when we were drafting. This was how we made our pattern and our pattern master. So I'm just going to like connect that together and connect this together also. And I'm going to keep cutting. This is me just cutting, guys. So guys, I'm almost done cutting, and so this is what I have. This are my cups. These are all the patterns that we got. Remember our patterns I added to my last one, and I'm just arranging them so I can cut on my fabric, which will be seen in the sewing videos. My sewing videos, I'll be uploading it shortly. So guys, thank you so much for watching to this point, to the end. Thank you so much, I really do appreciate. So in between the video, maybe you forgot to like subscribe because you were engrossed while you were watching. This is the best time for you to like subscribe again. Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, let's grow this channel, and I'll see you in other videos. Bye.